Hi friends, my name is Chrissy and this is Questions for Dessert. I want to talk a little bit more about that throughout the course of this video, but let's talk first about where I am in the recording. This is at Collective Espresso in the North Side neighborhood of Cincinnati. I was attending a Reiki retreat with Franz Steiner, and I decided to read cards one morning. So I'm using my deck, the Narrative Alchemy Tarot, which is available on Make Playing Cards, and a tiny little Rider-Waite Smith. I think that is a Centennial. I am drinking a iced latte, and this beautiful pastry in front of me is a rose pistachio croissant. I had more than one of these. It was lovely. And this is the courtyard, an absolutely beautiful way to spend my morning on the last day of my Reiki retreat. The spread that I'm doing today is a spread I've been doing for years that I don't know where I originally saw it on TarotTube, but it's just called That 9-Card Spread. And I will link to an older video of mine where I walk through how the spread works. I got a little pause there because I was writing down to do so, but how the spread works and why I love it so much. So that is some background around this video and what you'll see. But I want to talk a little bit about me and why I'm here and my intention for this channel moving forward. So I'm Chrissy. I just waved at you. Like you can see me, totally forgetting that I was doing just a voiceover. But my name's Chrissy. I just got back from a Reiki retreat where we talked a lot about labels and how we move more smoothly through the world when we disconnect from our labels. But I really don't know how to tell you who I am without announcing a few of those. So I'm telling you these things about me with the awareness of trying to integrate and absorb and operate from a place of interconnectedness with these things about myself instead of letting them battle things out in my life, which is how I've tended to go. But my name's Chrissy. I am 40-something. I say something not because I'm embarrassed, but because the math is just complicated. I was born in 77, and sevens with subtractions was never my strong suit. I am a licensed therapist. I practice just within the state of Kentucky. Some of the things that I may say in these videos may sound like therapy, but this is in no way a substitute for therapeutic experience, for treatment with a clinician. And I say that not only is what you're hearing from me is not a substitute, but neither is Reiki or any other energetic spiritual practice. I think holistic care is important, working hand in hand with therapy, not working from a place of battle. Anywho, the space is named Questions for Dessert because that was the name of a blog that I started writing probably close to 20 years ago. It is a line from an obscure, unreleased, other than on the Unplugged album, song from Alanis Morissette. The song was called No Pressure Over Cappuccino. And honestly, when I claimed the lyric as the title for a blog in, I want to say like 2005 maybe. I don't want to go back through Blogspot to find exactly when that was, but it was a long time ago, and I did. I chose it simply because it was a lyric that I liked, and I liked the way that it led to, at the time I was doing I started as a weight loss blog, which is a part of my story that I have moved away from. But yeah, the name has been through a lot with me. It's been through, a weight loss journey, and I ran a marathon in 2012, and the death of two very close friends that I met in the blog sphere, then to a lot of career instability, and through coaching and running coaching and yoga and tarot and now Reiki. Questions for Dessert has just been a part of something that has stuck with me, and at this space in my self-reflection, self-awareness, it represents this ability to be comfortable with questions, to see questions not as a threat, to see the unknown not as problems to be solved, but instead as sweet things to explore and savor and put on pretty plates, and letting the unknown being something to lean into, to celebrate, to look forward to, instead of something where we feel like we have to have all of the answers and have everything tied up in pretty little packages. So my intention for this space is a combination of a few things. One, I'm really drawn right now to journaling by recording on voice notes on my phone. As I think of things, I find that writing or typing can kind of get in my way, and that vocalizing my thoughts, my journal entries seem to really just work best with my energy right now. So that's where I'm leaning as far as the vlog goes. A lot of it being me just talking where I am, what I'm thinking about, especially in terms of Reiki and self-exploration, and finding little pockets of peace in this time that is incredibly chaotic. You will also see some day in the life vlogs from me, I'm sure, just because I love doing them. And a big part of my love for vlogging, and for the day in the life in particular, is it helps me to really monotask. Part of the reason why I set my camera up to do this video of my tarot reading, to be completely honest, was so that I wouldn't pick up my phone. When my phone is recording, my phone has something to do, and I'm not going to pick it up and get on Instagram if the shot's going to be crooked when I come back. I also have a cat beside me that really wants my attention, so if you hear someone yelling, she's fine. She also just wants to be my monotask right now. Sweet Herschel. Anywho, there's something very sacred to me about being able to have my phone busy, and that helps keep me focused. So I fully envision a lot of videos of me cooking, of me knitting, of me doing laundry, just doing mundane daily things, while I talk about some of these questions that are meaningful to me right now. Some of the topics I'm exploring as I play around with continuing my personal Reiki practice, my Reiki teaching practice, and some additional studies in meditation and chanting and all kinds of exciting things. So what will you see on this channel? I hope for it to be a predictable continuation of who I am, if you've known me in any capacity up to this point. Right now, I am very, very committed to the practice of Reiki. And for those of you that are coming here because you know me maybe and don't know a lot about Reiki, I like to think about Reiki as almost I'll talk about how Reiki feels to me, not so much what Reiki is. As someone who grew up evangelical and struggles a lot with how to maintain a faith and spiritual practice within the construct of how the evangelical church is currently presenting, right? Really leaning into Reiki as a way to connect to source and energy and prayer that feels more vast and open and unboundaried, where I can be fully me while still having concern and energy and intention toward the earth we live on, the universal energy that surrounds us and each other. Reiki is a way for me to stay connected to my body, to the great, to the ground, and to those around me, while also feeling like my energy, my prayer, as I used to understand it, has an impact specifically and in general on those around me. And that's a really zoomed out view of Reiki in my life. So what I expect to create more of here are these sort of like journal entries over top of my daily life, and day in the life videos. You'll see Reiki, you'll see probably plants, you'll see knitting. I am working on a Cozy Memories blanket, a mitered square, with fingering weight yarn on 2.75 needles. And this thing is going to take me over a year, and I am absolutely in love with this blanket. I look forward to telling you about books that I'm reading, about tarot and oracle decks that I'm working with, and what my personal practice and practice with others, whether that is hands-on or a teaching practice, what that looks like. I have also had several opportunities in the last few weeks to maybe return to a yoga teaching practice, and that feels really vulnerable to me, as I haven't practiced yoga since I haven't practiced in any dependable way. That's not the right word, but you know what I mean. Any consistent way, that's the word. I haven't practiced in any consistent way since I was laid off from a job where I was teaching yoga. So I feel like that may have a little bit of emotional vulnerability attached to returning to that practice, but I intend for that also to be something that I share here. This space, I really want to be a true practice in monotasking. In order to stay present, to keep my attention and my energy focused, it almost feels like an act of defiance to say I am doing one thing at a time, to not depend on needing Netflix in order to fold my laundry, to not needing a podcast to do my dishes, to not needing an audiobook or the TV to sit down with my knitting. Doing less because I'm doing focus. And that's going to be really uncomfortable. This is going to be really uncomfortable. So this is the practice that I want to bring you along with me. One day at a time, one question at a time, one book at a time, one square at a time, one breath at a time. Friends, my name is Chrissy, and this is Questions for Dessert.